Now, when it comes to early childhood education, leadership is about setting the tone for a positive learning experience.
Yeah, it's about creating an environment where children can feel safe, respected, and motivated to learn, while also creating an environment where your staff feels the same way. Fox 61's Matt Scott's in Studio 61 right now. He's got more on why it's important to invest in our children during back-to-school season and, of course, Matt, beyond.
Yeah, and that's a gimme, right? Of course, you make a statement like that, of course, well, duh. But when do you start? Well, our next guest says you probably should be starting a lot earlier than the first day of kindergarten. We have a preschool director, corporate director of preschool. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay. Like, what does that mean? She could probably tell us. Jeanette Crystal Bradley, who's coming off the release of her award-winning book. This would be it right here, The First 12 Days of Preschool. Nice to have you along.
Thank you.
And you know what, we were talking before during the break about how, you know, there's Dr. Spock to get you ready for the first few years. And then as we get ready for kindergarten, there's a lot of overwhelming emotions that goes on. But nobody really talks about the first days of preschool. And you realize that with your son.
Yes, so he was 1.5, and I knew he needed to go to preschool, and as parents, we want the very best for our kids, but I didn't want to leave him with people I didn't know, so I built him a preschool.
You built him to preschool, and as you started coming up with your quote-unquote curriculum, you started finding patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is a great book that teaches valuable lessons like lining up, working together, you know, sharing, counting, and be anything I want to be.
That's right. As I'll hold it up. You've got the pictures on the screen right there, but it's done to the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 days of preschool. I can't sing it. I won't sing it. On the first day of preschool, my teacher taught to me how to count 1, 2, 3,
and with moves.
Right there, you go. and you said it comes with moves as well, because that's the other part of the curriculum that young kids identify with.
Right,
and
music and movement.
And that's music and movement.
Right.
How does that fit into the book?
It implores more of their senses. It's so important to reach them the way that they learn. So that's why this is such a valuable tool.
Yeah. Talk about as you started to put the ideas together. First, for obviously you had the 12 steps in your head. You started to put them on paper. Why?
Because I just have such a passion for learning and education and children, and I wanted to show the world what was in there.
I love that. That's great. Now, this is not just, if you're thinking at home, young parents who are always looking for, or new parents, I should say, not necessarily young, who are looking for new books to read. This is great to read, and you see the pictures on there. But you want, for this book to be ultimately successful, you want the parents to really get involved with the kids. How so?
Absolutely. Parents, spend time with your kids. Singing, dancing, reading are just some of the fun ways, communicating. And when parents get excited, the kids get excited.
It's infectious, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. What do you hope people take away from this first book?
Well, I hope they get excited about education.
Sure.
The first 5 years are so foundational.
Right.
I hope that it brings people together, and it's valuable life lessons.
And that's it. Lest you think that it's, as we said the first day, count to 1, 2, 3. The sixth day of preschool, my teacher taught to me, look without touching. And you know what? Those are fundamental things that if, this is the time to learn it so that they don't have to worry about it later on. We have the website up on the screen right here, which we will show you, I believe. Yes? If not, no, okay. We can get you to fox61.com. There's some more pictures of her. There you go. The first 12 days of preschool is available where?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and any other great bookseller.
And of course, and there's good stuff right there. Jeanette Crystal Bradley, good stuff. And by the way, in case I know you can't see it in front of you, it's in English and Spanish if you want to do that as well.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff over here. Let's go back to the studio. Here's Tim and Symphony. Back to you.